Alright, as you can see, I've got the hook on top of the loop. I haven't pulled this paper off yet, silicone paper, but I will. I'm getting ready to start adding this material. Again, I ordered it too thin. I ordered the wrong thickness, so, but I kind of like it because I can put 2 stripes down and I can actually go right around the corner without bunching it up. So I'm going to start putting this on, and I'll do a little bit, and then I'll turn you off and come back when I get a lot more done. This stuff is extremely sticky. Once you touch it, that's it. You're done. You can't get it back off. Sure helps being a sign maker and doing pinstriping over the years. When I get the second piece on, just outside of that, then I'll use my roller to make sure it has good contact. And the next step is to put the screen on it, force it into this adhesive, and then put a second row of this around it to encapsulate the screen between them. So I'll bring you back when this is all done and ready to put the screen on. Alright, I'm going to press down, make sure I have a good contact. I'll peel this off. And now the screen. The good thing about this, I'll put the name and Amazon number, everything down in the description. That stuff is sticky. Now when I used just the adhesive on the hook and put screen onto it, it wouldn't hold it up. One of those little wooden rollers that you get at the craft store would work just as good. Just trying to make sure it's got good adhesion on it and it's coming up through the web. Okay, now what I'm going to do is repeat the process with this on top of this. So this glue will actually go through the webbing, and attach itself to that glue under there. When you touch these two together, you can't get them apart. So I'm going to do just a little bit and then show it to you when it's finished up. I hope I have enough. Getting close. If not, I'll just load another roll in. I still have to do the big one. Okay, that's the way it'll go. I'll put my 2 lines on here, roll them down good and tight, trim off the excess, and let it set overnight. I'll be ready to go. I'll bring you back when I put the tape on. Okay, I'm going to trim it now. I've rolled it with my roller. I'm going to start trimming very lightly. Don't need all this excess. Is I'm going to take it into the garage on the flat surface where I can roll it some more with heavier pressure and then put the electrical tape over it. I'll bring you along. Okay, now I'm in the garage. I'm going to roll it some more. Get more pressure on it now. Force those two pieces of foam and adhesive to hit each other. And I'm curious to see what the heat is going to do to it. Rolling in the mid 80s today, but the humidity is extremely high. So I'm waiting to see what happens when we get up to mid 90s. And I'll keep everybody updated every couple weeks. See a spot up here I missed when I trimmed. So I'll just trim it right here. Okay, now I'm going to cover it with some electrical tape. That way I can get rid of these red lines. They don't match anything in the bus. So what I'm looking for right now is the top. There, it's right there. So what I'll do is I'll pull this off and start covering it with the electrical tape just to hide the adhesive on this side. This foam is adhesive on both sides. The hard part is getting this newspaper started. There we go. Definitely don't want these two pieces side by side to touch. I'll overlap it. I can't get them apart. I'll have to make another one. It's that strong. Again, up a couple weeks I'll give you an update, and then once I get down to Georgia in October, I'll give you another update. Let you know how this will work. I'm sure there's 1,000 different ways this can be done. But I tried magnets last year. That didn't work too well. I guess that was plan 1A. And then I tried just adhesive with silicone to encapsulate the screen. That was plan A. That didn't work. So this is plan B. And here's the neighbor's dog. Okay. What we're going to do is we'll start up here. And on the last one, I kind of forced this around. I think this time I'm going to cut it like I did for everything else, because the other one has a tendency to curl up a little bit more. So I'm going to trim this around. I'm glad I'm getting the screens in, because I got hundreds and hundreds of little bloodsuckers that want to keep visiting me. I'm trying to keep them out. Alright, so I'm going to just cover this with the black tape. And as you can see, I've got to be careful not to get the roll down there because it'll stick. And again, I'm going to just trim it right here. And as you can see, that's stuck. It's stuck. It's not going anywhere. I'll just trim that little excess off. Alright, so now I'm going to do the same technique I used on the corners. I'm going to use that here also. And I think it'll just stop this edge from curling up like it did on the other one. So it's a work in progress. It's going to take a while. I'm going to shut you down and see it's not curling up nearly as much. Alright, I'm going to shut you down until I get all the tape on it, and then I'll roll it and we'll put it back on. Just a quick note. I'm using electrical tape. Pull it out. Let it shrink back. So it won't pucker on you. As you pull it, it stretches. See it shrink way back there? So I'll let it shrink back to its normal state. You won't get any ripples. Okay, and now we have screens ready to go back on. Line it up. Like so. Just a little pressure. Don't need much. But before we do that, I'm going to go ahead and open this. So we get a nice breeze coming through. There you have it. Again, a couple weeks I'll let you know how it's working. In a couple months I'll do another update. Like I said, there's probably 1,000 ways to do this, but this is the only one I could think of. Second window screen is in. And get a nice breeze coming through. I'm going to do this one out on the road. Give me something to do when there's nothing to do. I've got to order some more foam tape anyway. And then, of course, this one's done also. So that's going to give me a nice breeze coming through. And once I get this one done, I'll catch the breeze from any direction. Yeah, there's a nice breeze right now. Here's an update on the screens I put in. This was the first one I did. And if you remember, on the corners where I used the electrical tape, I stretched it around the corner, and as you can see, it's lifting because the electrical tape is trying to contract, so that's lifting. So that's on the first one. Now on the second one here, I actually cut the tape into pipe pieces and placed it on there, and these corners are not lifting. It's hard to see that one. There's one. See, these are not lifting. So I found my technique, and it's been about 2 weeks since I put these up. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this one down. I'm going to slice the tape a little bit to relieve that pressure, and then cut some pie pieces, pie shapes, and put them in, put it back up, and that should remedy that problem. So now I know how to fix the back window when I get ready to do it. I may do that on the road, give me something to do at night, and when I'm camped out, wait for the next travel day.